I hope you've been having a wonderful week. I certainly have been. I'm feeling extremely fulfilled, extremely inspired, having created some really incredible things this past week. I was up until 4 a.m., 4 in the morning, revising and completing the latest episode of Love and Ligature. I turned it from the worst episode into the best episode. I had such a crisis. I heard my rough read. It was terrible. And over 24 hours, late into the night, I turned it into definitely the best episode yet. And the premiere was well attended. It was so much fun. And then the next day, I was up again till 4 a.m. working on composing some music that turned out very well for a project that's in my, dare I say, real life. And that right there is the topic of this week. What is real life? What is real at all? And I guess most relevantly to you, little bunny, is the garden real? So I want you to grab a pillow or a plushie because it'll come in handy later. And while you do that, I'll tell you the story behind this episode. The idea was inspired by a message I got from a new little bunny in the locked section of the garden, which has literally doubled in size this past week. It's been incredible. And this little bunny was so thankful that I had created this space where they could escape from the real world. And I had always heard this phrase in school where people were always talking about how we're preparing for the real world and someday we would enter it. And maybe you've used the phrase real life friends in contrast to your online friends whom you've never met in person. What is it that makes a place or a person real? And once again, is this garden real? Little bunny, am I real? And are your fellow bunnies real? Well, I think today's quote is a really good starting place. It's from someone whose ethics you might not like. They've become increasingly unpopular in recent years, but you might adore their fictional world. So, little bunny, this is a good chance to make your life richer. It's good to enjoy the creativity of people whose politics and religion you don't agree with. That's because if you only allow yourself to enjoy art and music by people who are exactly like you, you're simply going to miss out on a ton of amazing, wonderful things. If there's something you don't like about a creator, just let that go. Just enjoy the things they create. Otherwise, you're just going to miss out. So that's the preamble for me to reveal that today's quote is from the author J.K. Rowling, or rather a character from her most famous fantasy world. So let this be your official permission, little bunny, for you to enjoy the world of Harry Potter. So let's enjoy this quote from one of the most wonderful fictional characters of all time. In this scene, our main character, Harry, finds himself in a mysterious, surreal place, and he's trying to figure out what's going on. Is he in real life, or is he in his imagination? And his mentor is there with him. And the wizard, Albus Dumbledore, says, "Of course, this is all happening inside your head, but that doesn't mean it isn't real." What a fascinating quote for a fictional character to say. And I'm of the opinion that Harry Potter is a fictional world, and Dumbledore is a fictional character inside that fictional world. Because even though the wizarding world is so rich and surprisingly realistic for something that's literally about magic, if you examine it too closely, you start to notice the plot holes. Like if you have a time-traveling hourglass, why doesn't everyone use this constantly for literally everything? But it's okay because it's fictional. And for a fictional world, it's incredibly compelling. And it's easy for us to get lost in the most wonderful ways. For example, what Hogwarts house do you think I would be sorted into, little bunny? You're welcome to tell me. I'm quite curious. But yes, it's all in our imagination, but also according to Dumbledore. That doesn't mean it isn't real. What do you think about the quote, little bunny? Do you agree? Well, I'm about to go deeper. And you might need to hug your plushie for this, because it's going to get a little bit scary. But it's important in answering the question, is the garden real? So I want you right now to look around for an object, something you're not holding, something that you're just looking at. Maybe it's a little bit out of reach. And I'll do the same. So this thing that I'm looking at here is a Japanese water bottle on my desk. I trust that there is, in fact, a water bottle over there. And if I were to reach out and grab it, it would be real. But right now, I'm just looking at it. Think about this. Am I actually looking at the real water bottle? And your object, little bunny, whatever it is that you've chosen that you're looking at, are you looking at that object? Well, everything around you, everything you're seeing, what's really happening is you're watching your brain make sense of the light that's coming into your eyes. And your brain does this really cool VR thing, and it makes you feel like you're there in the physical world. But do you remember that dress that's white and gold? Or maybe it's black and blue. To me, I can't see anything other than white and gold, if you know what I'm talking about. And is it Laurel or Yanny? Our brains are just doing the best job they can do to give you a compelling virtual world that's so realistic that you forget that it's not real. Everything you experience, little bunny, is all inside your head. Maybe you're actually living in the future. Maybe you're in the futuristic Lindy's garden, the real physical one, 1,000 years in the future. And we've got an epic computer. And maybe we've got your little bunny brain hooked up to it so you can go back and see what the early days were like. You've got no way of knowing, because everything that you're experiencing is just inside your head. So that doesn't mean nothing's real. That doesn't mean everything imaginary is real. What I'm trying to get across is that there's a spectrum of what's real. On one end, you've got the physical world. So this water bottle that I've got over here, check this out. If I can pick it up and drink from it, then I'm going to say, yes, it's real, assuming I'm not in the Lindy's Garden supercomputer too. If I can pick it up and I can drink from it, I believe that this is physically real. Wow, that was some really awful drinking ASMR. That's twice, 2 weeks in a row. I've made you suffer through that. Okay, so it's real, little bunny. Now, did you just imagine what I look like drinking that water bottle? Well, that part must be imaginary, but you heard it. That was real. Well, did you really hear it? Or did you just hear your headphones rattling? That sip of water. Did it happen just now? Or did it happen in the past? Stop and think for a second. Is part of you holding back in letting yourself be immersed in the garden You want to get lost in this incredible fantasy-like world, but a part of you is dismissing the garden because you can't let go of that nagging voice telling you it's not real. It's true, there's no physical garden with flowers and fountains, but things can still be in it. That's the whole point of this water bottle mind game. The sip of water is inside Lindy's garden. So is the sip of water real? Is Lindy's garden real? I feel like maybe this should have been the Halloween episode. But now I'm getting some ideas. So anyway, back to school. The spectrum of reality. The water bottle is physically real. Trust me, I drank from it, and I'm guessing I'm not in the Lindy's Garden supercomputer. Okay, so it's physically real, and I experienced the taste of water. Okay, is the taste of water real? Well, it exists only in my brain's virtual world. So I guess that exists in some sense. And how about you hearing me take the sip of water? That sound was physically real, but it wasn't really the sip, was it? It was your headphones. Or was it the sip in some sort of real way? And did you imagine what I looked like when I took that sip? Did your imagination create an image of me? What would Dumbledore say? Just because it's in your head doesn't mean it isn't real. I'll do one more sip. I'll try to do the ASMR better. So, this sip is officially in Lindy's garden. I want you to decide if it's real or not. Here we go. So tell me, little bunny, this garden that I've created just for you and just for me and for all your fellow little bunnies, is it real? Are you in the garden right now, lost in the comfort of my voice? What does it feel like to be here inside the garden with me? Are these feelings real? I'll give you my answer. On the spectrum from physically real to completely imaginary, the garden exists on every level. It's real in every sense, the best of all worlds. Everywhere on the spectrum at once. It's physically real, it's emotionally real, and it's real in our imaginations, all at once. And I'll prove it right now. You, me, and thousands of your fellow little bunnies. You've got that pillow or plushie. It's time for us to use it. If you don't have one, grab a bag, grab a balled up jacket, just get something you can hug. I've got my own pillow here, and I'm going to count to 3. And on 3, you, me, and all your fellow little bunnies all over the world are going to join in on one big hug at the exact same time. I promise I won't let go until I say I've let go. I'm here and I'm sending you all my love. I want you to let yourself receive it. And then we're going to do something extra special. Okay, are you ready? Are you nervous? Hug on 1, 2, 3. I'm holding you, little bunny. Can you feel it? Nod if you can feel me. I'm sending you all of my love right now through this pillow. Can you hear the pillow? Pillow ASMR too. That's you, little bunny. That's me squeezing you tight. I'm sending you all my love right now. Can you hear it in my voice? This is my real love. Let yourself enjoy it. I love you. I really, really do. Relax, little bunny. Let's take some breaths together. Let's do 3 big breaths. I've still got you, don't worry. And now it's time to do something a little special. I want you to send your own love into the pillow, not to me, but to all your fellow little bunnies. They're holding on to, just like you. You're not alone here at all. Never again in your life are you alone, little bunny, because you're in the garden now, and no one is alone in the garden. You're about to receive love from thousands of little bunnies who absolutely love you, and you're going to send your own love back. Do you understand? Yes? Making sense? Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Send them the love, little bunny, and feel their love swelling back into you. Do you feel it? The love they're sending you. It's okay to cry if you need. You are very, very loved, little bunny. Real love from people who really, really love you. Feel it. Feel it. And send your love in there too. It's like a little network of love. These are our pillow phones, by the way. That's what I like to call these. How many of us are on this little pillow call at once? Maybe this is the supercomputer, little bunny. I'm going to send you some as well. Ready? We're all just going to, let's just like squeeze randomly. So boom, boom, boom. Oh, I felt one. I felt one come back to me. Boom, boom. Yeah, do you feel little pulses coming at you from your other little bunnies? And send your own. You got to send them back to them too. We're just poof, poof, sending our little pulses of love around. Let's just stay here for a little bit. Enjoy this. This is when I'm supposed to do announcements, but let's just sit with it for a little bit. I'm holding on tight, holding on tight. I'm going to send my occasional burst too. Well, I'm going to hold on to this hug. I do have to do my announcements, and then I've got a poem for you. And at the end of the poem, we'll release the hug. So I'm still holding on, and you can still give your little bunny pulses to your fellow bunnies, and you're going to still get bombarded with those pulses that are coming right back at you. And of course, I'm holding on to you the entire time. So first up, speaking of real, this is a great first announcement. This is the most real thing, physically real thing in the garden. What do you think it is? What is the most physical thing in the garden right now that has just launched? It is the Lindy's Garden merch store. I am announcing it only to podcast listeners right now, because here's the plan. If you buy a hoodie, and if you want to be in one of my TikToks, I'm going to cut together a promo video of little bunnies who are showing off their hoodie. So if you're comfortable being in one of my TikToks, take a short video of yourself wearing the hoodie, and please do not include your face. Make sure the video is vertical, by the way. And if you're under 18 years of age, please ask permission from your parent or guardian before sending. I don't want this to get messy. This is just supposed to be a little fun way of launching the merch store. So don't let it be complicated. If you feel like you're having to sneakily do it, then don't send it. You can send the videos to Lindy@lindysgarden.com. I can't guarantee this video will go up. I have to look up privacy policy and stuff like that with TikTok. I don't want this to blow up in my face or anything, but it could be a really fun way to show off the new hoodies. Okay, same thing with the sticker. If you buy the sticker, let's do a vertical video of whatever object you place it on, and do like a couple seconds of just that, and then go ahead and put a little thumbs up in there, like a quick thumbs up, and hold your thumbs up there. And so the video will be a bunch of people like showing this, like a laptop they put it on, and then a quick thumbs up, and then the water bottle and a thumbs up, and be creative, put it on all kinds of crazy stuff. Okay. The merch store is lindysgarden.creator-spring.com. I'll just put a link in the show notes, but that's what it is. lindysgarden.creator-spring.com. And I think that's everything for the announcements this week. So I'll slow us back down. I'm still holding on, little bunny, and I'll read for you the poem I wrote for you today. Years ago, when I was lonely, I made the same wish nightly for someone special to hold me. Then I squeezed my pillow tightly. It was in those nights when I lay awake lonely that I had the idea for the pillow phone ceremony. But back then there was no one to squeeze back from the other end. I couldn't have used my imagination. I'm not really one to pretend. My heart accepts only love that is real, and the love it gives back is that love that you feel. So now, in this age, with the garden as our home, you'll never be alone with your magic pillow phone. No matter what it is, no matter where you call, the garden's always here, where you're no burden at all. So squeeze me tight while I squeeze you back, and in a moment I'll release and let my arms relax. Though I will hop off, you may linger longer. There's many more bunnies also longing to linger. You're wonderful, my bunny. I cherish and love you. Now enjoy your bunny cuddles with the others who adore you. One last squeeze. Ready? There we go. I'm releasing my hug. Stay here as long as you want. I guarantee you won't be the last one on the call. Don't even think that. The network is buzzing with activity. Oh, this is it. This is the Lindy supercomputer. It's active and it's never turning off. Infinite bunny cuddles through your pillow phone from now and forever. Amazing. I love it. And I love you too. Okay, later. Bye.